Hi guys, Blake and Levi here with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful Upper Lake Taneycomo. It is Saturday, the 5th of September, and this is the one cast. It's about 7:20 in the afternoon. They had the water turned up a little above 2 units. It's dropping out now. Today I brought a little variety of things that I just kind of had already rigged up. I'm going to drag a little size 12 Peppy Gray scud on a 200R hook underneath a drift rig on my spin cast reel. It's 4-pound test leader, and Levi is going to do something we haven't done on the one cast in a while, and he's going to drag a 639 jerkbait. This is a Signature Series French Pearl, but we do have other models in the shop that aren't the Signature Series. Plenty of different varieties of colors. And he's also on a drift rig. That's with an 1/8 ounce weight. I'm using a 3/16 ounce weight. The jerkbaits you really don't ever need any more than an 1/8 ounce of weight, because they have a bill and they will drag themselves to the bottom. However, the scud needs a little bit more weight because it cannot drag itself to the bottom. All right, yeah, this is as good a spot as any. We'll just start right here. All right, just gonna say happy Labor Day to everybody. Super busy day on the lake today. There were boats everywhere, and we sent out a very large majority of all of our boats. I think just about every single one of them went out at least one time today, if not twice. Oh, let's see, fishing reports. I closed the dock today, so I didn't get to talk to all the guides when they came in, but it seemed like from most of the rental boats I did get to talk to that everybody was catching fish. They're catching them a variety of different ways now. It seems like maybe we're through the August slump and the daytime bite's getting a little better. People were catching them on night crawlers, and night crawlers is still the really hot bait, but they're catching them on power bait, jigs, and I heard one report where said that they were just having fish swarming their flies that they were throwing kind of down by Cooper Creek. They did just drop fish in the water there yesterday. I think it was yesterday, maybe yesterday. But yeah, I've definitely in the last few days heard better reports about the daytime fishing all day, so that's good. Last night I went out with a couple friends, and Seth Turner brought his boat, and we all went up to the dam and night fished, and the bite was very good. Boated a lot of fish, and a couple over 20. I think the browns are starting to stage going upwards, going up top. I caught, well, I know of 2 or 3 that got caught last night between our boats. Nothing over 20, but there's definitely seems to be a movement of browns going upwards. We're getting a couple weeks away from the time when they should start spawning. And that's about all I got for fishing reports today. The 639 jerkbait that Levi is dragging it works, at random times, different flows, but I find that it generally works better in the slower flows. It's a really little jerkbait, and it's got a bill on it, and that's not very big, and so whenever the water gets moving too fast, it can kind of twist the bait around and make it not look natural. Nothing officially on the first cast. I picked up some moss there. I could feel it dragging. Ooh, there's a fish right there. See See if I can get him. As the water slows down, it's good to continuously decrease your weight. Now, I didn't bring a whole bunch of stuff with me to keep changing out. I'm also only planning on fishing for 20 minutes, but if I was to fish this all the way until sunset, I'd want to keep decreasing the amount of weight and decreasing the length of my leader as the water slowed down. You get better hookup rates. Do you have a bite, Levi?
Yes, I do.
Oh, the jerkbait might be on tonight. I've been having some really beautiful sunsets this last week here in Branson. I'm not sure exactly what causes that, but the last 5-6 days we've had some really cool ones. There's a really good one over there. Something else I do when I'm dragging scuds is I'll occasionally lift up on the line just 6 inches or so and then let it drop back down. That causes the little scud back behind the weight to kind of move up and down, kind of the way they naturally swim. A lot of the times whenever I move it like that, I'll get that. They'll kind of be looking at it and they'll see it move and they'll take it thinking it's getting away from them. With that jerkbait though, you really pretty much just let it drag. I find when you're dragging the jerkbaits that if you pull up on it too much, it'll take it down into the rocks and get it hung up. Well, that water is definitely slowing down. Here, Captain Steve Dickey up there with his clients having a good time. Sounds like they're razzing each other. And I think I'm picking up a decent amount of moss here. My entire scud was just a ball of moss. So I think I'm going to take this moment here and I'm going to shorten my leader and see if that helps me out. I've got it probably about 3.5 foot here. I'm just going to take that, take about 1 foot off of it, and retie it. Sometimes doing this is all it takes to go from not catching fish to catching fish. They have been playing around with the water a little bit lately. We had that kind of streak of time where they were turning the water off for about 12 to 14 hours each day. You know, it's pretty consistent. But they have actually been, last 4 nights or so, 5 nights maybe, have been turning on the water and just leaving it on. They kind of turn it up to about 2 units during the middle of the afternoon for a few hours, and they crank it back down to kind of that 1 unit flow. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. Last night we were up there and they said that they were supposed to keep it at 35 megawatts, which is kind of like 3/4 of 1 unit. And they actually blew the horn and ran maybe 2 units of water for just like 1.5 hours, and then they turned it back down to that 30 megawatts or so. So they've definitely been fluctuating the water a little bit, but we've had consistent running water now. Which honestly for me, if I was going to be out here and fishing in the daytime, that 35 megawatts to the 90 megawatts that they've been turning it up to in the middle of the afternoon is just about perfect. That's a good fishing flow for just about any method. Hey, there's a fishy. I thought I was just dragging the bottom. The water slowed down so much that 3/16 ounce weight I have on here is honestly too heavy. But it turned out to be a fish. So all I did there was just shorten that leader length, kind of give it a chance to... Oh, well, he was camera shy. We'll have to try again for another one. I might have an 1/8 ounce weight. I'm gonna reel this back in and I'm gonna put a smaller weight on. Oh, neat. And this is why having that snap swivel on above there is really handy, because you don't have to take your rig apart to change out your bullet weight. You can just snap on a new one of those and get right back to fishing. So I've decreased to an 1/8 ounce weight now, and I decreased my leader to about 2.5 foot. And that 1/8 ounce is bouncing just about right now. If this wind would stop blowing us upstream, we'd be moving just about perfect, but got a nice consistent tick going across the bottom here. That's what you're looking for anytime you're dragging anything out here on the lake. It takes a while to get used to feeling what a fish feels like, because as that thing's ticking across the bottom, you just, if you're not familiar with it, you think you're getting a bunch of bites. Here's my rule of thumb. Set the hook. If you think you got a bite, set the hook. Eventually, after you catch a couple fish, you'll feel the difference between what a bite is and what the bottom ticking is. But kind of like that thing I was talking about earlier where you move the rod up and let it back down, that gets their attention. Well, if you set the hook and there's not a fish there, you've at least added some action to your bait while it was dragging. So well, and I moved it up just a few inches there and let it back down, and he took it. I'll see if he's a little more photogenic than the last one. I guess I'll just use the net and stop being lazy. Oh, that one's a little bigger than the last one. Oh, come here. It's feisty. Where's my line at? There it is. Come here. Come on. I'll tell you what, when you can find the right scud that they're biting on, you don't have to do that double rig. It is a lot less dangerous taking them out of that net. Let's see if I can get a grip on him. This little trick I'm about to show you too is something you can do anytime you're handling fish in the boat, and hold the net underneath of them in case they flop. Looks like he ate something else. He's got a line in him already. Alright, I got one in front of the camera. See if we can tack on a few extras now. Is that the gravel bar coming out of the water over there?
Looks like it.
Wow, I guess we better scoot over then, huh? It actually looks like maybe the gravel bar is starting to become exposed, so they must be running a pretty minimal amount of water now. Oh, I had a bite. I've never seen the gravel bar become exposed when the water's still running over it. That is intriguing. Oh no. They found some gravel over there.
Did not sound good.
Pull in and check for moss. You can't forget to do that. Levi's doing me a favor back there and raising the motor up just in case we go drifting over some extra shallow water here. I've kind of got us in the channel, but oh, you almost had him. Trying to point these guys in the right direction. They look like they were about to try to drive over the top of that gravel bar there. Good, how are you guys? Making our way down through the Narrows now. Looks like we're gonna have a pretty shallow water night here. Oh, there's one. Pulled him right out from underneath that tree over there. Well, I say we're liking the scuds tonight. There's another one. Got a little belly on him. There we go. Well, I was really hoping that jerkbait was going to get a little more action tonight. It's been a while since I drug one. But that's fishing for you. I know last fall it worked pretty good. We're just now approaching fall here, so we'll see if it picks up. I know Captain Bill Babbler said he was dragging those 639 baits, I can't remember, a few days ago, 3 days ago or so. One morning said they worked really good, and then they didn't work very good at all the next day. So something worth throwing out there and trying anytime you're out here, because when it's working, it works really good. And there's always a chance of catching a really big fish on the jerkbait. Well, we're gonna go for a couple more minutes and then I think we'll call it a day. Oh, there's another one. I missed him. And I got moss. Swing and a miss. Hey, the jerkbait did find one. Oh, you're caught in my line there. Oh, you got out. All right. Oh, I got one. Oh, I missed him. Well, I'd say the bite's really picking up here. Yeah.
He is not happy.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it a day there. So, thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll do it again for you tomorrow. Bye, guys.